How you doing, guys? I'm going to be ranking the Motley Crue studio albums from worst to first. Um, I've just completed the collection in the last couple of months, and you don't really see many of these videos on YouTube. You see them for Iron Maiden and a couple of other bands, but you don't really see many for Motley Crue, so I'm going to go from 9 to 1. Um, Leave your comments at the bottom, let me know what you think. Tell me I'm a fucking asshole because I've got it all wrong, or tell me you agree, or give me your top 3, top 5, top 9, whatever you want. But leave a comment, let me know what you think. I'm going to kick off with number 9, and it's going to be Generation Swine. For me, by far the weakest Motley Crue album, and it hurts me to say because I'm such a big Motley Crue fan, but it's just such a bad album. It's full of experimentation, which I think just destroys it because it just goes over the top. They just try too hard to experiment with different things, which it just boggles your mind. I mean, you don't know what's going on half the time. You actually make this face because you don't know what's going on half the time. None of the songs flow, and it's just really weak. Songs like Afraid, which was a single from the album, I've never liked. I mean, how that gets on the greatest hits, I've no idea. Brandon, which closes the album, Tommy Lee on lead vocals. Why? Why would you do that? The lyrics are cheesy, it's just cringeworthy, it makes you want to just fling your CD out the window. And it just doesn't work. What I will say is the song Glitter on the album is horrific, but they did do a live version of this on the Carnival of Sins tour, which really worked. They kind of edited the lyrics a wee bit, and they kind of played about with the arrangement, and they really did make it into a really good song. And it was a bit of a risk doing that on tour because it's not a really well known song, but I really liked it. But just to show how weak this album is, the best song on it is Shout at the Devil 97. It's the remix. I mean, that's all you can really say about it. So that comes in at number 9. My number 8 is New Tattoo. This was the 2000 album, and this is the album that they did without Tommy Lee. Randy Castillo took over on the drums, and again, it's just a weak album for me. Not the sound. I mean, it was going towards the sound that we kind of wanted to hear, I think, or a fan like me wanted to hear, but it just wasn't quite there yet. The spark wasn't quite back. I mean, songs like Hell on High Heels and New Tattoo I could maybe listen to, but not that often. And again, the songs are just subpar. But decent artwork. I'll say that, but I don't listen to it that often, so that's my number 8. Number 7, we're getting into the good stuff now. This is their final studio effort, Saints of Los Angeles, and I just said that weird. This is a really good album. I was really excited about this album coming out, and when I first listened to it, I was a bit I wasn't too sure, but I gave it a few more listens and I really got into this album. Obviously the title track is a monster. Motherfucker of the Year is a great track as well. They play those two live. Well, they did play them live before they broke up. And The Animal and Me really slows down the pace, a bit heavy, but I like the lyrical content. Just Another Psycho, and it tops it off with White Trash Circus and Going Out Swinging, which I think are two great songs, and a good song to end the album on, which is loosely based on the book The Dirt. So yeah, that comes in at number 7. Good album. My number 6 is the controversial 94 self-titled album Motley Crue. This is where John Corabi took over on the vocal duties after Vince Neil left or got fired. Who knows, we'll never know. But I never wanted to give this album the time of day. I think I listened to it once and stuck it away somewhere. Just wasn't interested, didn't like his voice, didn't like the sound. I was very, at the time, pro Vince Neil. I just like his voice better. Maybe not live, but you can say what you want about that. But a couple of months ago, I revisited the album and I put it in my car, so I had to listen to it because I thought maybe I've musically matured by now. And I put it in my car for a week, and it's a superb album. I really, really enjoy this album now. Songs like Hooligan's Holiday and Poison Apples could have been on Dr. Feelgood. It's got that kind of good solid riff and it's catchy, and it's the same with Welcome to the Numb. That's also an actual great track. From maybe number 6 to 12, the last half of the album are really, really good songs. So, and it's heavier. You can't go in with the same view as other Motley albums because it's very different. It's 1994. These kind of bands are dying off, falling by the wayside. Grunge and alternative is way in, and this stuff's getting pushed way out. So just going with an open mind, I suggest if you really don't rate this album to go back and have another listen and just force yourself to listen to it and just listen to it with a different approach. So that's definitely my number 6. Brilliant album. Number 5, we're getting into the first 5 here, which is for me where the gold is Theatre of Pain. This gets a really, really bad rep from fans and from the band, saying it's weak and they could maybe spent more money on it or spent more time writing the songs or whatever. But for me, this is a really, really good album. I mean, there are weak points, there's really weak points, but I can listen to it through. Maybe bar the first song, which is City Boy Blues, which I can't really stand, it just doesn't do anything for me. Smoking in the Boys' Room, I've never really liked it, but it's a cover anyway, but it's just got that sound, that kind of like classic glam sound. I'm not really into that kind of stuff. But then you get into songs like Louder Than Hell. That's a great song. Keep Your Eye on the Money, which is a little weaker than the rest, but I can still listen to it. Home Sweet Home, arguably their biggest hit. Tonight We Need a Lover, love that song as well. Kind of dies off a wee bit in the middle, but then you round the album off with Fight for Your Rights, which for me is a hidden gem. This is one of those songs. This is why I say to people, don't always rely on greatest hits, because the greatest hits aren't always your greatest hits. And that's what it's like for this song for me. Fight for Your Rights is just one of those songs. That's one of my favourite Motley songs, so don't always get the greatest hits. So that's definitely number 5, Theatre of Pain. Number 4, this is the first Motley album I owned, and it's Girls, Girls, Girls. I basically bought it because I'd only heard that one song, and I thought even if the album's absolute shit, I'll still like one song on it. And I really enjoyed it. I wasn't a massive rock metal fan at this time, and I just kept skipping the first track to Girls, 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 and then listening to a few songs, and then skipping back, and then I finally listened to the first song, which is obviously Wild Side, and it just blew me away. It was like a light switch going on. This just really just thrust me into Motley Crue, which sounds way wrong now that I've said that out loud, but it's just this is the album that really got me into Motley. Wild Side is probably my most favourite song of all time, never mind my favourite Motley song. And you've got songs like Dancing on Glass, which I really like, Bad Boy Boogie, which is catchy. Nona and 5 Years Dead are probably the weakest songs on the album. And then you top it off with You're All I Need, which is probably the best anti-love song that's ever been recorded. So, and it's just a great song as well, so that comes in at number 4. My number 3 is their 1989 number 1, Dr. Feelgood. This is just this isn't just a good Motley Crue album. This is just a good rock album in general. Starting off at Dr. Feelgood, the title track. Mick Marsy's guitar sound on this is just immense. Then you've got Rattlesnake Shake. You've got Kickstart My Heart, which I'd say I'm maybe a bit overexposed to now. It was one of my favourite songs, but you just hear it so much now. It's kind of I've got a bit tired of it, but I might come back. Same Old Situation, Sticky Sweet, She Goes Down. They're just fun, just party songs. You know what I mean? So yeah, that comes in at number 3. Number 2 is their debut album, Too Fast for Love, and I'm not sure why I rate this so highly because it is so basic and it's simple, but I think that's maybe why I like it because it's so raw. They just got thrown into the studio and just said, right, go, record, hit the switch and go. And the highlights in this are like Live Wire, Piece of Your Action, Public Enemy Number One, Starry Eyes, On With The Show. I mean, you could rattle off them all, they're all catchy. They've all got catchy hooks and like all Motley are known for their anthemic songs and just songs you can just go yes and just like learn the words after like one chorus. So that comes in at my number 2. I don't know why, it's just a classic. And obviously my number 1 is their breakthrough album, their second album, Shout at the Devil. It just rips from top to bottom. Starting off at number 1 in the beginning with the monologue, it just sets up the feel for the whole album, and it just absolutely fires you into Shout at the Devil after that. Then you've got Looks That Kill, Bastard, Helter Skelter, which is the Beatles cover. Not a big fan of the Beatles, but that cover is brilliant. And you've got Red Hot, Too Young to Fall in Love, which is one of my favourite songs. And then to top the album off, you've got Danger, which is I think one of the most underrated Motley songs ever. So yeah, that comes in at number 1. I'm thinking about doing a video as well for. I'm actually a bit of a collector of Motley Crue memorabilia, so I'll be putting that video up soon as well. So look out for that. Cheers.